When you picture Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman, you probably think of unimaginable luxury. But what if I told you his personal fortune is almost irrelevant? The real story is the trillions of dollars he controls, and how he's using that power to build a new world, all while enjoying a lifestyle that makes other billionaires look like they're living paycheck to paycheck. This isn't just about being rich. This is about wielding financial power on a scale that can reshape nations, bend the global economy, and build cities of the future from scratch. Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, isn't your typical billionaire. Sure, his personal net worth is estimated at a staggering $25 billion, but that's just a fraction of the story. He is the chairman of Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, a financial juggernaut now controlling assets worth over $1.15 trillion. And he's the de facto ruler of a kingdom whose royal family's collective wealth is estimated at a mind-boggling $1.4 trillion. He doesn't just have money, he commands it. With that command, he's funding both a life of unbelievable opulence and a revolutionary plan to transform his country forever. This is the story of how one man's ambition, fueled by an ocean of oil wealth, is creating a new world order, starting with his own kingdom. For decades, Saudi Arabia has been practically synonymous with one thing: oil. The black gold gushing from its deserts has fueled its economy, built its modern cities, and cemented its place on the world stage. The state-owned oil giant, Saudi Aramco, which boasts a valuation hovering around $2 trillion, has been the engine of the kingdom's prosperity. But all that wealth comes with a ticking clock. The world is changing. A global shift toward renewable energy, volatile oil prices, and the looming threat of peak oil have cast a long shadow over the kingdom's future. An economy built on a single, finite resource is an economy living on borrowed time. This is the existential crisis that Mohammed bin Salman inherited. His nation, for all its riches, was facing a future of potential decline. The challenge was crystal clear: diversify or risk fading into irrelevance. In 2016, MBS unveiled his answer: Saudi Vision 2030. It's a grand, sweeping, and almost impossibly ambitious plan to wean the kingdom off its oil dependency. The vision outlines three core pillars: creating a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and an ambitious nation. This isn't just about tweaking an economic model. It's a top-to-bottom reinvention of a country. It means developing new industries from tourism and tech to entertainment and logistics, all while attracting massive foreign investment. But to fund this moonshot, MBS needs capital, and to project the image of a new modern Saudi Arabia, he has embarked on a spending spree that blurs the lines between personal indulgence and strategic investment. Every purchase is a piece of a larger puzzle, a demonstration of the financial might he's willing to use to secure his legacy. To get a sense of Mohammed bin Salman's financial power, you just have to look at how he lives. His personal assets aren't just toys, they are statements of power, designed to announce his arrival on the world stage. First up, his floating palace, the super yacht Serene. In 2015, while vacationing in the south of France, the prince reportedly spotted the 439-foot vessel and decided he had to have it. He bought it from a Russian vodka tycoon for a reported $500 million. The deal was allegedly struck within hours, a testament to his decisive, impulsive style. The Serene is one of the world's largest super yachts, featuring 2 helipads, an indoor climbing wall, a full spa, 3 swimming pools, and even a stunning underwater viewing room. Before MBS bought it, Bill Gates had leased the yacht for a family vacation at a cool $5 million per week. For MBS, owning the Serene is about projecting an image of boundless power, a nautical symbol of the new Saudi Arabia he envisions. Then there's his Paris getaway, the Chateau Louis XIV. In 2015, this newly built mansion sold for an eye-watering $301 million, making it the world's most expensive home at the time. For years, the buyer was a mystery, hidden behind shell companies. But investigations eventually traced ownership back to MBS. The chateau is a modern homage to the Palace of Versailles, mimicking 17th century opulence with a gold-leafed fountain and grand frescoes, but it's packed with 21st century tech that can all be controlled by an iPhone. It features a cinema, a nightclub, and a wine cellar that holds 3,000 bottles, an interesting choice for the ruler of a kingdom where alcohol is strictly forbidden. Perhaps most fantastically, the moat has a transparent underwater chamber where you can watch sturgeons swim overhead. But the most audacious purchase of all might be a single piece of art: Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. In 2017, the art world was stunned when the painting sold at auction for an unprecedented $450.3 million, becoming the most expensive painting ever sold. The buyer was a proxy, but it was soon revealed to be MBS. The acquisition was a massive power move, positioning the Crown Prince as a dominant force in the high-stakes world of fine art. For a time, the painting's whereabouts were unknown, with reports claiming it was kept aboard his super yacht, a mind-boggling intersection of extreme wealth. The story has since gotten complicated, as some experts have questioned the painting's authenticity, suggesting it may not be solely a work by Da Vinci himself. If true, it means the prince may have paid a record-shattering price for a piece of disputed origin. Regardless, the purchase was a statement. In any arena he enters, Mohammed bin Salman intends to dominate. These incredible toys are just the tip of the iceberg, funded by a financial juggernaut that MBS has turned into his personal instrument of power. The Public Investment Fund, or PIF. Founded in 1971, the PIF was a sleepy sovereign wealth fund for decades. But when MBS launched Vision 2030, he transformed it into the primary engine for his economic revolution, becoming its chairman and setting it on a path of explosive growth. The numbers are simply breathtaking. When Vision 2030 began in 2016, the PIF had assets of around $192 billion. Today, its assets under management have skyrocketed to an incredible $1.15 trillion. The new target for 2030? An almost unbelievable $2.67 trillion. This growth is fueled by massive transfers of state assets, most notably huge stakes in the oil giant Saudi Aramco, effectively funneling the kingdom's oil wealth directly into MBS's projects. The PIF's strategy is twofold. Invest in major international companies like Uber and Blackstone, and use that capital to fund giga-projects within Saudi Arabia that will form the foundation of its post-oil economy. But the real purpose of the PIF is to build the future at home. As Saudi Arabia enters the third and final phase of Vision 2030 in 2026, the fund is the financial muscle pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into projects that sound like they've been pulled from science fiction. This is where the true scale of the trillionaire life becomes clear. It's not just about spending money on yourself. It's about having the power to spend hundreds of billions to build a new reality. At the heart of Vision 2030 is a portfolio of gigaprojects so audacious, they almost defy belief. The crown jewel is NEOM, a planned $500 billion high-tech city-state in the northwest of Saudi Arabia. This isn't just a new city, it's meant to be a new model for urban living. NEOM's most famous component is the Line, a proposed 170-kilometer-long linear city with no cars, no streets, and no carbon emissions. The city is envisioned to be run by AI, powered entirely by renewable energy, and feature innovations like flying taxis and robotic dinosaurs. However, the path to this utopia has been bumpy. The sheer cost has led to reports of the project being scaled back, with timelines for the Line now stretching to 2045. The project has also been mired in controversy, including criticism over alleged human rights violations related to the forced relocation of local tribes to make way for construction. Despite setbacks, other parts of NEOM are moving forward. Sindalah, a luxury island resort, is nearing completion, and Trojana, a mountain resort, is set to host the 2029 Asian Winter Games in the middle of the desert. And NEOM is just one piece of the puzzle. The PIF is funding a host of other massive projects. Qiddiya City is being built as an entertainment megacity to rival Orlando. Red Sea Global is developing pristine islands into ultra-luxury resorts. In the capital, Riyadh, the new Maraba development will feature a gigantic, cube-shaped skyscraper called the Muqab. Each of these is a multi-billion-dollar gamble aimed at creating new revenue streams and changing global perceptions of Saudi Arabia. They are the building blocks of MBS's post-oil world, funded by the trillionaire resources at his command. The story of Mohammed bin Salman is a story of contradictions. He's a man who preaches austerity at home while making some of the most extravagant purchases in history. He's an authoritarian ruler linked to significant controversies, yet he's also a social reformer who granted women the right to drive and opened his country to entertainment. Above all, he is a man whose personal fortune, while vast, is completely overshadowed by the almost limitless state wealth he commands. His life isn't just one of luxury, it's a life of deploying capital on a geopolitical scale. The $500 million yacht, the $300 million chateau, and the $450 million painting are not just indulgences, they are symbols of his ambition to be taken seriously on the world stage. They're the prelude to the much bigger story. The hundreds of billions being poured into NEOM, Qiddiya, and the Red Sea, all in a high-stakes race to secure his kingdom's future. MBS is using the wealth of a trillionaire to simultaneously fund an opulent lifestyle and a national revolution. So what do you think? Is this a visionary using immense wealth to forge a new path for his nation? Or is it a reckless gamble with a country's fortune, driven by personal ambition and a taste for the extravagant? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the ultra-rich and powerful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching.